important topic from the computer network, that is IP address, MAC address, and then port number. What are these addresses and how these addresses are very helpful in the communication that we'll see today. Now, see, this is a network which contains the small different LANs which are connected through the routers. Now, it may be the small network or the bigger network. The networks are connected through the routers, bridges, switches, and it forms a bigger network. Now, whenever anyone wants to send some information or wants to communicate with each other, then between that two different devices, the communication starts, means the session forms, and for that purpose, they require to whom we want to communicate. Whenever this sender, they suppose this is a sender and there is a receiver. When they wants to communicate, they require their address to whom we want to communicate. So that address is known as the IP address. So IP address is the unique address where that location is present. Now, for example, this receiver wants some information from the sender. Then he will send a request to sender that please give me this information. When the sender passes the data, that sender should know to whom it has to send the information, and for that purpose IP address is required. IP address is the unique address of each device. So whatever devices are present in the network, that each device is having a IP address. We will see how to give the IP address and what is the things present in the IP address. So to get the exact location of a particular end device, we require the IP address. Second is MAC address. Now MAC address is the address. Now this, for example, we will talk about IP address again. IP address, now sender wants to send the information to receiver. This sender and receiver are connected to different many paths. For example, this is, it comes up to this switch, then it goes to this router, then there are three different paths to transfer the information. Again, it comes here, here, or here, then it passes to this position. So, which path it has to take, that routes or routing algorithms which routers are uses, that requires the IP address. So, IP address shows the path which is used to deliver the message. Then MAC address is the address or the exact location of that particular receiver. Now, for example, here the data comes. Then from here, where it should go, which is the end device to it has to reach. So that exact physical address of that machine or the end device is known as the MAC address. Then in the receiver's end device, it may possible there are many different processes are running. Now, for example, in the browser, search engine is working. So search engine is working and you are searching some information. You are listening some music. You are mailing or mailbox is open. So mail is open. Like this, many different processes are going on. Then in which process it has to deliver that message or that data, that is given by the port number. So these are the three different things are required in the communication. Now we'll see in detail. So these three addressing, IP address, MAC and port number, required are the powerful things which are required to precise or enable precise efficient data delivery across the networks. Now, IP address is a global routing. So it gives a path or route. So routing tables, routers, when they maintain the routing table, they require this IP address information. Who is the sender and to whom it has to deliver, that is receiver's address. So route packets between different networks across the internet, enabling worldwide connectivity and communication. So this IP address gives exact location where that, in which part, in which area that receiver is present. The MAC address is the local address of that exact machine. Where is that machine? So deliver frames within the local network segment, ensuring data reaches the correct physical device on the LAN. So that exact physical device position or the local position is given through the MAC address. Port address, exact process. So direct data to specific applications or services running on the destination device. So if there are different applications are running, then particular एक application में data deliver होना चाहिए जहां से वो request गया था. So enabling multiple simultaneous connections. So port number gives the exact process or application where that data should deliver. ARP, Address Resolution Protocol, bridges IP and MAC by mapping IP address to MAC address within the local networks. So ARP is a protocol जो IP address और MAC address दोनों को map करता है. Now, what is an IP address? We'll see in detail. IP address, that is Internet Protocol Address. It's a logical address. So remember, these points are very important. It is called a logical address. Software-based identifier assigned by your ISP or network administrator to uniquely identify a device on a network. So who is giving the IP address? Internet service provider, or if it is a small local network, then the network administrator gives the IP address to each device present in that, which is a dynamic. What is mean by dynamic? This IP address can be changed. As we can set network administrator can give the IP address. So he can change the IP address. What is meaning of that? Suppose there is an organization, one is in consider in Mumbai. So one branch of the organization is Mumbai and another branch is in New Delhi. Now, these are the two branches of a same organization. Suppose one end device, if we shifted from Mumbai to New Delhi, then that IP address can be changed by the network administrator. So if we change the position from Mumbai branch to New Delhi branch, then uska IP address change hoga. And that address is given by the network administrator or ISP, internet service provider. So it is a dynamic, but it's a logical address. This IP address is a 32-bit long. There are two types of IP address, IPv4 and IPv6 format. Now, IPv4 format, we will particularly talk about this format first. IPv4 format contains 32 bits. 32 bits means 8 bits separated by dot. So total 4 octet. These octet 8 numbers are separated by dot and forms a total 32 bits. So 0 and 1 ka combination if you are doing, so 8 bits here, 8 bits here, 8 bits here, 8 bits here, total 32 bits, and that all 32 bits are separated by dot. This binary is called a binary representation. We can write in decimal representation also. All the four numbers can be written in the decimal numbers which are separated by dots, and they are the range in the 0 to 255. Why this is so? Because if we are considering the 8 bits, they are maybe all 8 bits are 0 or all 8 bits are 1. So when it is all 0, it is 0. And when all 8 bits are 1, then it becomes 255. So the range of each decimal number present here is between 0 to 255. And so four numbers are present in the IPv4 address, which is a 32-bit long. So this is a one number 192.168.1.10. there are 4 decimal numbers separated by dot, and the range of each number is between 0 to 255. So this is a valid example of IPv4 format or IP address. When the another format is IPv6 format, which contains 128 bits. That 128 bits contains the hexadecimal number. For example, here you can see A and E. So 128 bits contains the hexadecimal numbers. They are separated with the colon, sometimes hyphen. So it is depending on how to represent the IP address. So they are separated by the, mostly they are separated by colon. So this is data between different networks globally to transfer or exchange the information or data. Can be dynamic, as I told you, it is a dynamic, or some are static, permanently fixed. Some IP addresses are static address that we can't use for the all the devices or end devices. So that is known as the static, and others so generally we are using in LAN, they are the dynamic. It is given by the network layer or used by the network layer. As we know, OSI contains 7 layers. So हर एक डेटा पैकेट को header attach होता है, and that header contains the IP address, sender's IP address and receiver's IP address. So to attach the header to the data or packet is the work of the network layer. Next is the MAC address. Now MAC address is a media access control address, which is a unique address, and this unique address is given by the manufacturer. No one can change that MAC address. So it is a address burned into the NIC card, network interface controller, during manufacturing. So manufacturers are giving this in on the NIC card this MAC address, which is a permanent, no one can change, which is a unique address and given by that particular manufacturer. So it is not a dynamic, it is always a static address. This 48-bit hexadecimal format contains hexadecimal numbers. They are again 48 bits separated by colon, hyphen, comma. So it depends on that manufacturer how to separate it. So this is a MAC address, no one can change, and the permanent address given by the manufacturer. Operates at the data link layer. So at exact position of that machine, in device का exact position मिलने के लिए we require the MAC address. So if we can see the layers of OSI model, first layer is the physical layer, second is data link layer, and the third is the network layer. So network layer क्या करता है? If this is a packet, उसको एक header attach करेगा, and that header contains the IP address of sender and receiver. This complete data containing packet and header is passed to data link layer. Data link layer again will attach one header, and that contains the MAC address. Like this, both the things are mapped with the packets, and it is passed to the physical layer for the further transformation. Then comes to the port number. Port number is a numerical number which range from 0 to 65535. So this is the range of the port number. When you opens the windows and different applications, that time port number is assigned to that different application. So the work of the transport layer is to assign the port number. Transport layer के protocols जो है, they are assigning the port number to that particular application so that the data is delivered to that particular application window only. Some port numbers are fixed, universally accepted. For example, port number 80 is for HTTP. Port number 443 for HTTPS, 21 for FTP, 22 for SSH. Like that, few port numbers are fixed and they are not given by the transport layer to any application open. So like that, port numbers are assigned to the each application, and so the data is delivered to that particular application only. Like this, IP address gives the position where that location of the receiver, then MAC address exact physical device where it is present, exact location of that end device, and port number gives the exact application number where to deliver the data. So by all these things, properly the data is passed from sender to receiver, or they reach the data to exact in that particular application window. Now we saw the IP addresses, MAC addresses, and port number in detail. Hope all of you will understand this one. Thank you very much. Now we'll stop here, and so thank you very much. We will stop here. Hope all of you understood the concept of all these things. Thank you again.